Hey dudes, what's up? MZ here, and welcome back to Lucy, the Eternity She Wished For. Now, yeah, my voice is still a little hoarse from too much talking, actually, on my part. My bad. I should know better by now, but what are you going to do? Anyways, welcome back to Lucy, the Eternity She Wished For. Now, last episode, I don't know if our protag is ever going to stop being a jerk, but at least he got his head on straight a little bit. He's like understanding. Hey, I found an android. We picked her up from the junkyard where she was going to get shredded. Now we're going to take her to a repair shop and see if we can find somebody to help. On the downside, he still sees her as being like utterly useless, and he can't believe that the repair guy would actually talk about her like she's a person, which is kind of messed up because she's in many ways she's an AI, which is artificial intelligence. She just needs to learn, and she needs somebody that'll teach her. But anyways, getting too off into the abstract here, you'll have to forgive me. But anyways, yeah, he can't believe that we're treating her, or that this guy, repair guy, is treating her like a person, and which is unfortunate. So, yep, and here we left off. He seemed like a perfectly normal person on the outside, but they say you can't judge a book by its cover, and that's our protagonist judging the repairman. I still think he's kind of a jerk, but yep, he's got plenty of growing. He could be a great guy. I don't know. We're hopefully keep fingers crossed, dudes. Fingers crossed. Hopefully he'll be a decent guy, right? You understand what I'm trying to yeah, I can talk. What I'm trying to say is that I'll get it fixed, but you gotta better take care of it. Wow, why am I adding words in here? I don't know. But you better take good care of it. So he's like, hey, dude, protagonist guy, I'll help you out, but you gotta promise me that you're gonna take care of this robot like she needs to be taken care of. I felt this was a bit unfair since I wasn't the one who messed up this android in the first place. Even so, I don't feel like it's worth starting an argument over. Better to just bite my tongue and get this over with. Alright, I just need to be a bit careful from now on, right? I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, what a great kid. At least you listen when someone tells you something. If you like me that much, could you charge me a little less? You're learning to bargain already? At your age? You're not such a great kid after all. He does a full turn in the blink of an eye. Unbelievable. Well, fine. Since you're my first customer of the day, I'll only charge you half as much as usual. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, man. I'm relieved to hear that. Any discounts are most certainly welcome. That's great. Would you be able to finish it by the end of the school day? Yep. I don't particularly have anything else to work on today, so he punches some numbers into his calculator. Then he shows me the results. I was planning on charging you only about this much. What do you think? My mind goes completely numb for the next 3 seconds. Dang. There are a lot of video games that I've always wanted to buy. I also need to save up for new textbooks that I'll be using next year. This robot had better pay for itself. What the? Come on, man. It's fine. I'll have it ready when I return to pick it up. I take out the pocket watch that I always like to carry around. I've wasted way too much time here. Some people ask me why I still bother using such an outdated type of watch in our generation. I tell them that it has a nostalgic charm to it. I'd take this over those common wristwatches any day. I'm well aware that these types of watches are hard to find, but more importantly, this is my personal way of rebelling against this continuously developing society. Hey, you piece of junk. Really? Dude! What? Hey, can't you hear me? There's no reply or any kind of reaction. I finally decide to address it by name. Lucy. Oh, she looked at us. Oh my god. Sorry. The robot reacts instantaneously. How troublesome this thing is. I'll be back after school. Behave yourself, alright? The android wobbles its head back and forth. I'm hoping it understood me. I leave the shop and head straight to school. Let's hope you learn some manners. Jeez, dude. I make my way towards the high school that I attend. I'm currently in my second year. While running, a movie that I recently watched springs to mind. It's an old sci-fi movie set in the year 2050. An old sci-fi movie? Dear God, how much in the future are we? Sci-fi movies from the past are quite remarkable. They all seem to lack creativity. What? Some would include large-scale space battles. Others would have vehicles flying through the sky. That's just too unrealistic. It's true that there have been major strides in science and technology, but it's difficult to change what we've grown so accustomed to. In this year of 2050, people still walk to school. People still drive normal vehicles. People still ride bicycles and skateboards. Some people still use old fountain pens or pocket watches like me. But there exists a single piece of technology that's become more prominent in our lives. Androids. Androids are being used everywhere around the world. That is the only difference our contemporary world has to offer. Not such a bad development in my opinion. I'd like to have a robot. That'd be sweet. I enter the hallway just as the morning bell starts to ring. Giving it all I've got, I make a dash for my classroom. Please refrain from running in the hallways. A janitor android scolds me lightly, but I easily brush it off. Oh, whoops. Probably should have given him a different voice. My bad. These types of androids have facial recognition capabilities that allow them to report troublemakers. Knowing that, I keep my face well hidden while running past the android. Exploiting their weakness is my specialty. As a result, I've never gotten into trouble at school. So he claimed himself a troublemaker, but he doesn't get into trouble. Safe! I enter the classroom acting like a professional baseball player who just stolen a base. I notice that the teacher hasn't arrived yet. I plunk down in my seat while still huffing. Ah, man, question marks? They can't even give me a hint here. That was pretty close. Did you sleep in again? I hear a familiar voice calling out to me. It's coming from the guy sitting next to me. Yes! I always hate the the question marks because you never know what type of voice to give them. So. Oh yeah. Oh, I nailed that. A clever-looking fellow. People usually refer to him by his nickname, Dr. Gears. That's because he's a real geek with a burning passion for robots. Oh man, double nail. Yes. I, on the other hand, despise robots. And while I'd label myself an introvert, he's very approachable and outgoing. Moreover, our tastes and hobbies differ quite a lot, but he's actually my best bud in the entire class. Puzzling, isn't it? Even our classmates find it strange. No, I just had some business to take care of. Really? This early in the morning? It's a long story. Unfortunately, I'm cut off by the sound of the classroom door opening. A middle-aged man makes his entry. It's the teacher. A female assistant android is trailing behind him. Let's talk about this later. I send him the signal. He returns a thumbs up. I thought this was mostly focused on him and the android. I didn't know there'd be like a full classroom. It's pretty cool. Lunchtime arrives in the blink of an eye. I take out my freshly bought pieces of bread and arrange them upon my desk. I prepare to enjoy my lunch with Dr. Gears. 2 desks have been joined together. On my desk, there are a couple pieces of dried croquettes and a carton of chocolate milk. On his desk, there's a tasty-looking lunchbox. My friend appears to be enjoying his lunch. I've heard that his maid android makes it for him every morning. But how's the actual food? It doesn't look half bad. For some reason, for someone who eats bread every day like me, it's truly a feast for the eyes. What's wrong with eating bread? Bread is delicious.
Why are you just sitting there? You got a problem with your food?
No, I should start eating. I receive a light scolding. I take a piece of croquette to my mouth. Wow, everything went like invert. As I delicately bite into its golden crunchy surface, a warm, savory scent fills my nose. The sweet flavor of the dough mingles with the tantalizing aroma, creating a heavenly mixture. But that's not all. The cream inside unleashes its softness as it slowly melts on my tongue. Oh man. Oh, please don't go right. No thoughts like that, guys. Nothing. I don't want to hear that. This is not one of those. I hope. I really hope. Then the vegetables in the mixture provide a strong, rich flavor. The eggs and the mashed potatoes also join the fray, blending in pleasantly with all the other ingredients. What is he eating? This refined taste. It must be. Whoa. Everything went back. Just a plain old piece of croquette. What? Oh my, what in the world did we just experience? Did we just have, was there something in that bread? I put it aside and casually asked Dr. Years a question. By the way, didn't you once tell me that you have a lot of androids at home?
Huh? Yeah, 6 of them in total, I think.
6 of them, huh? That's an impressive number. It's impossible for normal households to be able to afford that many. The rumor has it he's from a rich family. I guess it's true.
Where's this coming from all of a sudden?
Nothing.
Oh, wait a minute.
He starts grinning like an idiot. Hey, your food's falling out of your mouth, you know.
You've taken a liking to androids, haven't you? Have you finally decided to put an end to this war between us?
Well, for now, I guess.
A wise decision. Androids are simply amazing, you know. They're truly the greatest invention that science has delivered since the beginning of mankind. There are lots of different types, but I would recommend the maid model above all else. They take care of all the chores and you really know how to cook. On top of that, the female ones are all pretty cute. Sometimes I find myself admiring their beauty.
Oh, so you were... Oh, no, please, no. You've got a sick, twisted mind, Gears.
Don't you know that people can achieve inner peace with beauty? It's been proven by science, you know.
Right? I shake my head wearily. Yeah, I would too. I do admire his enthusiasm over something so pretty, though. Really. Look, I just care more about what's on the inside, that's all.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that it doesn't matter whether they're pretty or not. I just hate robots in general. Okay, so it's what's on the inside that matters, not the outside. So he hates them because they're... Here's an example using people. Let's say there's a person with a pretty face, but he's a man. Does that fact that he's got a woman's face change anything? No, he's ultimately a man. Likewise, even if I see a beautiful android, since it's ultimately a robot, its aesthetics don't matter anymore. It just becomes an illusion. What I'm trying to say is that even if a robot acts like a person, it's not. Therefore, all robots are the same to me, and I dislike them all. No, I'm not going to argue.
I guess you still haven't changed your mind. But there has to be a reason why you brought it up, right? Normally, you wouldn't even talk about it.
Well, yeah.
If you're looking to buy one, I'm here for you, man. I'll make sure to fill you in. to fill you in everything you need to know.
Wow, that sentence. I'm sorry, we definitely got to talk grammar, guys.
I'll tell you, you'll be making the greatest purchase of your life.
After those words, I couldn't help but scratch my cheeks. I'm not exactly looking to buy one.
Could it be that you're worried about the price, my friend? Don't worry. I have some connections that'll let you have one dirt cheap. As long as I'm with you, there won't be any problems.
No, it's not that. There's no need to buy one.
Now, just what do you mean by that?
I fidget around not knowing whether I should tell everything. I found one somewhere.
Found what?
An android.
You found one? An android?
Yeah. God, all these single words. Come on, people.
Where?
At the junkyard.
Holy, you lucky bastard. Is it something like IDX 358? Or 455? What model is it?
Something that starts with a P. I can't remember. Someone told me it's a pretty recent model, but I haven't seen anything impressive yet. Might as well give it some time, though. It was free, after all.
Now you've made me curious. I'd be sure to pay you a visit soon.
Uh-oh. I'll be stroking his chin. He has nefarious plans in mind. He pauses for a moment before continuing, as if he's trying to change the subject.
Well, I'm certainly happy that you've taken interest in androids, but
But what?
you should be careful.
About what?
You've seen them on TV lately, right? Those who are obsessed with androids. They say it gets really tough to deal with as time goes on. Robots are robots. Humans are humans. You should never forget this boundary between them. Robots are mere tools designed to make our lives easier. Nothing more, nothing less.
You'd be better off worrying more about the chances of being struck by lightning. Does he even realize who he's talking to? What an absurd idea.
I know, of course. I don't expect that'll happen to you, of all people. But it does hurt to be a little self-aware, you know. Better safe than sorry.
Alright, I got you. I'll keep that in mind. He nods in response. I guess he's understanding that our character has this disdain for robots, but at the same time he understands the fact that the pendulum can swing back the other way and go so far as to be like, he could be, professing his love or something from the top of the freaking school, I don't know. So at least he has people looking out for him. Before I knew it, it was already time for the final class of the day.
Excuse me.
At last, another monotonous day of school was coming to a close. But it feels as if this lecture will go on for eternity. Time seems to be inching along at a turtle's pace. Oh, he's getting excited to go pick up his robot. The chalkboard is filled with scribbles that are barely decipherable. It makes it much more difficult to understand the lesson, which is already painfully tough to begin with. Ugh. I can't take this anymore. The teacher's also awful at explaining things. His words go through one ear and right out the other. Unable to hold back the incoming fatigue, I let out a small yawn. Looking around me, it doesn't seem like anyone else is doing much better. All the unreasonable, pushy teachers have something in common. They never explain anything in the simplest way. They always make everything seem more complicated than it needs to be. A bunch of rotten snobs, that's what they are. What? Well, teachers should be able to explain things easily. I wouldn't say the rotten snobs, they're just too far into their work, I guess. Nothing in this world lasts forever. The teacher's dreadful onslaught of words ultimately comes to an end. Watching the politician give a speech is probably much less infuriating. All that is left now is to go home. Time to get out of this place. Feeling like a prisoner who's just been set free, I quickly pack up my belongings. I wave goodbye to Dr. Gears and head home. Oh, but you gotta pick up your android, man. You gotta go see how she's doing. On the way, I suddenly realized something. I'd completely forgotten about my android at the repair shop. Jeez, really? I almost ended up heading straight home. I doubled back towards my new destination. I arrive at the shop. By looking through the windows, I could see that the place isn't too busy. There are just a handful of people wandering about. But the repairman himself, I can't find him. Without hesitation, I enter the building.
Antique shop へようこそ。何かお探しですか?
Oh, sweet, we got some voices here. Awesome. As soon as I set my foot inside, I was immediately greeted by a female staff. The voice had a sweet, vibrant texture. It really caught me off guard. I'd never expect a girl to be manning the store. I guess she's a part-timer. I turn around to face the person calling out to me, and my jaw drops to the floor. You. It takes a while for her to recognize me. When she finally does, her face lights up instantly. Aw, is that our little Lucy? Oh, man! Sorry, guys.
やっと来てくれたんですね、マスター。首を長くして待っておりました。
Aw, and look at that. She is so freaking happy to see us. Oh, that's awesome. It was the android named Lucy Valentine who had greeted me at the door. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? There's no way that useless thing could be standing there, talking to me. There isn't any hint of awkwardness in her smile. To reaffirm my suspicions, I checked once more. Lucy? You're Lucy, right?
はい、そうですよ。ルーシーは他でもない、ルーシーです。
Oh, man. Sorry, sorry. I gotta contain the excitement. Oh man, he even went so far as to clean up her outfit and everything. It looks so nice. Oh. I was correct, it seems. What happened to you?
はい、マスター。どうなっているかと言いますと?
That voice and your face. And you're standing on your own, right?
はい、もちろんです、マスター。ルーシーは今、2本足で立っているんです。えへん。
Oh, that's awesome. Lucy puffs up her chest, looking proud. I mean, that's not really something to be proud of, but thinking back to how she was before, it was damn well impressive. Oh, come on, don't be such a jerk again, dude. You look better now, so there's nothing wrong with you anymore?
はい、マスター。今のルーシーは体が軽く、すぐにでも飛べそうなくらいですよ。
That's awesome. After those words, she does a little ballerina spin in place. She had the appearance of a mature, well-pampered maiden, yet at the same time looked silly like a child. Oh, and her spin ends abruptly. She crashes onto the floor. And there goes my peace of mind.
まだ元通りにはなってないみたいですね。
Oh, but she's trying. You gotta applaud her for that. Come on. Lucy smiles sheepishly. While that's going on, I'm staring at her with a loss for words. Her perfectly natural, non-robotic human voice. Her personality rich of human emotions. Her face showing all kinds of believable expressions and reactions. And her freely moving arms and legs. To say that I'm amazed would be a gross understatement. I'm so amazed that I'm at a loss for words. You know, I really kind of hope that this leads to, like, him, I don't know, being nicer to her or something. My brain has turned to mush. My vocabulary has all but been forgotten. I wouldn't show it on the outside, of course. Losing control of your emotions reveals your weakness. There's more to life than being strong, dude. Well, honestly, it's not just because of that. I also didn't want to admit to her that I was surprised. What? You changed in a matter of a few hours? That's amazing.
初めてマスターに褒めてもらいました。嬉しい。
Oh. I'm complimenting the guy who fixed you up, not you. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, Dick.
そんな。
Dick. Poor Lucy. The look of disappointment on her face was quite surreal. How can I possibly explain this? Magic? Had she been enchanted by a witch? Old stories from childhood come to mind. The nine-tailed fox who desired to become human. The little mermaid who also wished to become human. What happened to them? They never ended up fulfilling their own wishes. But this robot makes me think. If that little mermaid's wish ever came true, wouldn't she be celebrating just like this? Alright, enough of these silly thoughts. I should be looking for the repairman. But the problem is, I've already spent some time searching and he's nowhere to be found. Say, what happened to the guy who put you in charge?
はい。店長さんは必要な物資を調達するために出かけています。
He's not here. What about the store?
お店は立派な店員が代わりに当番しています。
An assistant. Where?
あはんあはん。
Open your eyes, jackass. What is she talking about?
あはんあはん。
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm laughing my ass off over here. I don't see anyone. Oh, look. Oh, she had a little huffy face. Oh, and now she looks so sad. Oh my God. Lucy, Lucy, who once stood tall with pride and confidence, is now almost broken down in tears. I wish she'd stop flipping through all these different emotions. But feeling bad for her, I decided to drop the act. Okay, I get it. You're the one in charge for the time being.
そうです、マスター。今はルーシーが店番をしています。
Her expression changes faster than the speed of light. Her sadness from just a moment ago has long left the earth in a rocket. But I honestly can't believe this guy. Leaving Lucy to take care of the store on the first day he's met her? Especially to such a ditzy robot. You'd need to have a few screws loose to think that this would be a smart idea.
マスター、何か考え事でも。
I'm not thinking about anything. And you can stop calling me master all the time. It's obnoxious.
でも、マスターはマスターです。
Get used to it, dude. Use my name instead.
でも、ルーシーはマスターの名前を知りません。これを機に教えてください。
Yeah, dude, you didn't finish the registration process, so obviously she doesn't have anything to call you. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I failed the last time I tried to tell her my name. Yeah, no shit. How about I just tell her whatever that comes to mind? Oh, really? You know what? You know who this guy reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of Cashew from the Nekopara series, or Shinji from dang, what is that anime called? Yeah, we're gonna call him Shinji. There we go, Shinji. Shinji? I have an even better name. The name's Mr. Handsome. Oh God, are you serious?
マスター、そんな嘘は通じません。
Oh, good girl, Lucy.
他人を騙すなんて良くないです。嘘は罪です。
Oh, good girl. So you're telling me that I'm ugly?
いえ。そういう意味で言ったわけでは。ミスです、ミス。
She curls up instinctively, thinking that she might be scolded for messing up.
そうでなくて、名前に嘘をついたらダメってことです。本当の名前を教えてください。
How absurd. Upon what basis are you claiming that your master is not telling the truth?
さっき名前を入力しているのを見ました。
Oh man. Oh god. Okay, this game breaks the fourth wall. Oh jeez. That's awesome. Oh come on. Even the game's working against me. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god. Oh. Mega props to the guys that made this game. This is epic. Ugh, I don't even care anymore. Just call me Master.
はい、マスター。マスター。
What?
マスター。
What do you want?
なんとなく呼んでみました。
Aw. Are you messing with me?
いえいえ、めっそうもございません。マスターと呼べる方がいて、とっても嬉しいです。だから、なんとなく呼んでみました。
Why do you gotta do? Just be nice. Just be nice, please. An enormous smile blooms over her face. How could she have such a dull personality? Was she still broken somewhere? Or was she purposefully designed to be so laughable? What's so laughable about her, dude? Seriously. Maybe she's on drugs? Do drugs for robots even exist in the first place? I come up with a list of possibilities, but obviously I wouldn't be able to find the answer. The point is that I can't seem to keep up with this robot's pace. Where's the repairman when I need him? Dude, she's happy that you're in her life because now she's not gonna rot in a freaking landfill, man. About 10 minutes later, the repairman finally returned. To tell you the truth, I was planning on approaching him first. But I never got the opportunity to do so, because the moment he saw me, he threw away everything in his hands and charged towards me like a madman. Then he gripped both of my hands tightly. Please let me have Lucy. I'm gonna say no. What kind of screwed up situation is this? He looks as if he's asking his girlfriend's father to let him marry her. I immediately announced my decision. No, I will not let you marry her. Huh? What are you on about? You hire something? That's my line. What do you think you're doing? The owner takes some time to collect himself. Perhaps that wasn't the best way to put it. Kid, would you ever consider selling me that android? This was completely unexpected. You want me to sell her? Yeah, I can give you this much. He takes out his calculator and shows me the figures. My mind goes numb for 5 seconds. Are you serious? Of course. What do you think? Not a bad deal for a student, right? Not even adults can easily find this kind of money, you know. Looking at this, looking at the state of this old building, I wonder if he can really afford to spend that much. He's overexerting himself for sure. I stare at Lucy in silence. Oh, you can't do it. She seems to be frozen in place. She probably wasn't expecting this to happen. She returns a pained, somber look. I could almost picture a miserable, kidnapped slave about to be shipped out to sea. Come on now, it's a little rude, don't you think? He's not about to eat you alive or anything. I turn back to face the repairman. You'd pay this much. Do you really think Lucy is worth that kind of money? Of course! He yells in excitement. That scared me. I felt like my eardrums were about to pop. Listen carefully. Any decently priced robot model comes with an AI or a module that allows them to mimic human emotions. You know this much, right? Yeah, somewhat. Well, creating such a module is an incredibly complex process. Even then, do you know how well they perform it? To compare them to a real person, they still seem a long ways off. Exactly. No matter how much effort we put into making these modules, they can only copy humans in the most basic sense. It's not yet possible for them to feel or think or to express emotions on their own. I think I'm beginning to see the picture here. Looking back at Lucy, I start to put together what he's trying to tell me. Oh, you're a real sharp kid, aren't you? They teach kids pretty well these days. So, what do you think I'm trying to say? Lucy's actually a person disguised as a robot. Lucy's actually a princess under a spell. Lucy is an exceptionally well-made robot. I think I'm going to leave that decision until the next episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. And, oh man, oh god, I'm so excited. Sorry, I know. Contain, just, breathe. Anyways. Anyways, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I had a lot of fun with it. And until next time, take care of yourselves. I hope you have a good day, and goodbye.